Hello, it is Colin Bailey to do a report on the Life Skills 8th grade Kitchen and Home Safety Project. Today I am here to teach you that almost anything in your kitchen can kill you. Item number 1. Standard chef's knife. The standard chef's knife can be sharp and it is used for cutting foods, but in many cases it can accidentally harm yourself. A way to make sure that it is safe is to sharpen it with a standard sharpening tool of any sort. Without it being sharpened, the knife can become dull, and if you put pressure on a food item while cutting it, you can slip and cut off a finger. Another dangerous item in any kitchen setting is a form of can, usually tin cans. Tin cans, if bulgy, can have botulism inside of them. Botulism is a disease that can not only kill you, but can make you very, very sick. One way to test for botulism is by taking your selected can and putting it in water. Luckily, this has no botulism in it, or any openings at all actually, by putting it in water. If bubbles were to appear, that would prove that there was openings in the can and is not safe to use. Another deadly thing in any kitchen setting is meat. Meat can result in many diseases, including salmonella. Salmonella is a disease caused by non-cooked meats of any sort, usually poultry, but currently I am explaining it through bacon. Also, many diseases involve worms, which come from meat as well. Another item to be wary of is wires. Wires of any sort in any kitchen setting, if they are close to any water source, can easily electrocute you or the foods you are making. Be very careful when using electrical items in the kitchen. An electric mixer can easily be turned into a deadly item if not used properly in the kitchen. Another potentially deadly item in the kitchen is milk. Milk of any sort from any brand can always has some sort of a sell-by date. Usually they have sell-by dates actually. Sometimes they can have drink-by dates. This one's sell-by date is March 14th. Add 5 days to any amount of days, and usually that is a safe amount when you could drink it. Sell-by date is just so the stores can know to throw it out when. One item you may want to buy for your kitchen is a fire extinguisher. They are not too expensive and they are very, very helpful. Many types of fires can be put out by using fire extinguishers. Without them, your kitchen can easily be set on fire and burned to the ground. Many items cannot survive through this burning, or if they do, you are very, very lucky. One tip for fire is never to use water on a grease fire. Water can make the grease spread out further, and it will make the fire spread out further as well, because it is pertaining to the grease. Your kitchen is easily flammable in most cases. If you are unfortunate and not able to have a fire extinguisher, please use baking soda, sand, salt, or dust. If you are not lucky enough to have a fire extinguisher, use salt, baking powder, or flour. In many pantries, we have many materials, but some of these materials may contain some deadly toxins. These toxins are unsafe for children or pets. Example, dogs cannot eat chocolate, or if they do, they might die. So be very wary of what you buy and where you place it. Also, another thing to have for children or pets, if they are hurt, is a first aid kit. First aid kits are very useful in the kitchen, especially if you get a cut. Be sure when you are cutting an item in the kitchen to use a cutting board, and make sure it is also clean. Any type of cutting board, if not clean, can result in cross-contamination, which is where, say, I cut a piece of slices of bacon on there, which may have some sort of disease, and then without cleaning it, I cut a bagel. That can cause cross-contamination, and the blood from that bacon can get on the bagel, and the bagel, therefore, can become contaminated and unsafe to eat. There are multiple forms of cutting boards, including plastic, wooden, bamboo, and granite. All of these are acceptable forms. There's even renewable ones now, too. However, wooden cutting boards are less preferred because it can absorb all the juices from whatever you were last cutting and go back into the next food. So plastic cutting boards are better, and there's even some clean plastic cutting boards with materials inside of them to make sure cross-contamination does not happen. Make sure your kitchen is well organized, or else it can end up looking like this. This can be a very bad hazard because you may be searching for one item and accidentally mess up and cut yourself. Say this was in a pile of sorts like this. I tried to grab the spoon and I accidentally cut my pinky open. That would result in a really bad injury caused by disorganization. Be careful when using stoves because many people are unaware that they can burn your hands to many degrees. Usually they have these types of settings where it is off, high, low, or medium, or any spots in between. Be very careful when using the high setting because if you touch it, any spot on the whole oven, there's a pretty big chance that you might burn your hands. Be very careful too to make sure you shut it off if it's a gas oven. Ours is luckily electrical. Gas ovens can eventually lead up to a gas buildup in the house, and it could be easily set on fire and send your house into a giant fireball. With any sort of food item, either frozen from a fridge to a freezer, or non-perishable, as though they're a can, you can throw it out if you're in doubt. You should be very careful when using any type of food item that you are not sure of. Do not test anything if you think it is unsafe, testing as by eating it. Also, if you are tasting something, never put the tasting spoon back into the original mix, because then your germs will be in whatever you are making. To properly handle a knife in the kitchen, you must be very careful, and in the cutting technique, you do not do anything silly. Don't hold the knife like this, just hold it like this. Don't try and cut like that, or cut like that. One very important thing is to cut away from yourself. If you cut towards yourself, the knife might slip and cut your stomach. That would be very bad, and it could have been easily avoided just by listening to one of these few tips. Another thing to do is keep your knives in very organized, safe areas. This is a knife block. It is very safe and is well secured. No child of any height can really reach it unless if they are trying to. No baby, no pet. Except a cat, which would not do anything. More kitchen items like these, which may be potentially dangerous, should be kept in cabinets like such. Any type of thing in the kitchen can hurt you. This spoon, for instance, could fall on an animal and give them a bad bruise. Just a simple example. Anything in the kitchen is dangerous, and you should be very careful no matter what it is. Make sure when using a pot on the stove, you do not have the handle like this. A young child, say there was boiling water in here, could come and grab it, pull it down, and burn their face. They can easily get very bad 3rd degree or 2nd degree burns. The proper way to put a pot on the stove is to turn the handle in. But remember, when checking a lid on the pan, you should always pull the top of part towards you, like this. You do not want to open it like this because whatever you're cooking may shoot steam straight into your face, which can give yourself 2nd or 3rd degree burn. Whenever using a pot of any type, you should always use a pot holder. Pot holders can consist of gloves to just simple napkins. Grab and be very careful when lifting. Always make sure when you're carrying a hot item in a pot, you do not drop it or spill it. Make sure you hold it very firmly because you do not want it spilling anywhere on your floor. Last but not least, if you drop any item on the floor, liquid or solid, report it to a teacher and clean it up immediately. This can be a fire hazard to just a regular old safety hazard. You may fall and hurt yourself, especially in areas around people holding sharp objects. Thank you for watching this video. And just so you know, it's just me who filmed this. No one else helped. Except for my parents who gave me a little bit of tips. Thank you, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.